Hey guys, so last video I promised you we were going to talk about the hashtag interview setup for This Is Us. So that's what we're going to do now. So we were approached by a brand in China to do 2 episodes about different KOLs living here. And the reason we chose to do the hashtag interview setup was because we wanted to give the series a cohesive aesthetic. We felt the best way to do that was to create a lighting setup that we could easily use in Shanghai and in Shenzhen because our protagonists were from different cities. The other reason was because we wanted to give them an abstract space where they could express their thoughts.
大家好，我是大鱼。
Enough about that. Now I really want to talk to you about how we accomplished it. Alright, so I just had a meeting with Lucia and Kong Kong about our first episode of 3rd season of This Is Us. And these are the references they gave me. But we're obviously not going to copy these because that would be boring. And they're not really sure what they want. So I'm going to use a software called Cine Designer to recreate the scene and then give them a few options and see what creative thing we can come up with. Gotta put on the working glasses because otherwise I can't see. A DP that can't see is no DP at all. Philosophical.
What if we do a hashtag? And because they're bloggers, hashtag will mean something to them.
If you look at the image from the side, the tubes are placed in a strange arrangement that doesn't make sense. But once we come to the front, we can see that they're actually forming a hashtag. We just decided what we're going to do. Tomorrow we're going to go to the protagonist's home and scout to see if we can shoot in her home. So we just left her home and her living room is too small. It's about 3.2 by 3.3 meters. And we're gonna use a lot of equipment and C-stands. So we're going to head back to the office now to do a test to see if we can film in one of the meeting rooms. So the reason I have to test this is because the light tubes come in different sizes and the software we're using for the previs doesn't actually allow us to input dimensions. And so we need to physically test this in person to figure out which light tube size we are going to need. Hey guys, I have an assignment for you. I need 2 handsome buff guys to help me out. Alright. Let's try 4 foot first. Oh, it's too short. How about 6 foot? I think that could work. 8 foot. Oh, it's too long. So we just finished testing and we figured out we're going to need 2 4-foot tubes and 2 6-foot tubes, but it's getting a bit late. It's almost midnight, so I think we're going to wait until tomorrow to contact the vendors and see if we can get the equipment on time. So I just came into the office and I got some good news. Nonlight is offering to send some lighting equipment for our shoot. So tomorrow I'm going to take a day off, and then the day after we're going to do the first day of the shoot with our protagonist. We're going to follow her around Shanghai. We're going to visit her home. And then the day after that, we're going to shoot the interview here in the office. Okay, so we have about 20 minutes before our protagonist shows up. Now we're gonna call Dayu over so she can sit in for us, and we're gonna turn on the lights and see how it looks. For the interview setup, we used the Forza 300 with the light dome and grid attachment. We also used 2 non-light Pablo tubes that we placed at an angle using 2 C-stands with 3 gobo arms attached to them.
红的差不多了。
The tubes were set to 3% at 3600 Kelvin. The lower back tube was 78 centimeters from the floor, and the higher back tube was about 168 centimeters from the floor. So before we used to have some panels that were only bi-color, but what's really cool about the 9-light mixed panel is that you can quickly change your colors. So for this scene, we're gonna change the mixed panel to a blue color. However, once we set up the camera, we felt that that light was a little bit too strong, and so we decided to cut it off.
自由换不来自由，只有强规划以及自律，才能换来真正的自由。
As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button. Let us know in the comments what you think about the blue light. Make sure to subscribe so that you can find out as soon as season 2 is available. And send us some coins so we can keep on making this great content. See you guys in the next one.